Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today our topic is elements or factors of or components of communication. ठीक है, communication के हम इसको factors भी बोल सकते हैं, हम components भी बोल सकते हैं, हम elements भी बोल सकते हैं. The process of communication has the following 6 elements or factors. फर्स्ट पे क्या है कॉन्टेक्स्ट, सेकंड पे क्या है इनकोडर और सेंडर, थर्ड पे क्या है मैसेज, फोर्थ पे क्या है मीडियम्स और चैनल्स, वो फिफ्थ पे है डिकोडर या फिर रिसीवर और सिक्स पे है फीडबैक या फिर रिस्पॉन्स. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले हम कॉन्टेक्स्ट को देखेंगे. कॉन्टेक्स्ट इज द सिचुएशन आर सेटिंग विथ इन विच कम्युनिकेशन टेक्स प्लेस. ठीक है, और दी circumstances that surround a particular piece of communication. Context plays a very important part in how a message is encoded and decoded. The same message can have a completely different meaning depending on the situation, since emotions and reactions to idea and events vary in difficult situations. सो नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास इन कोडर आर सेंडर. सेंडर मीन्स जो मैसेज को भेज रहा होता है, जो मैसेज सेंड करने वाला होता है. कम्युनिकेशन बिगन्स विद द सेंडर. जो कम्युनिकेशन स्टार्ट होती है वो सेंडर से स्टार्ट होती है. अ पर्सन हु सेंड्स अ मैसेज इज कॉल्ड द इनकोडर. ही मे बी अ राइटर और अ स्पीकर डिपेंडिंग ऑन वेदर दिस मैसेज इज रिटन or oral. The role of sender is very important. He tries to choose symbols, usually words, which express his message correctly so that the receiver may understand it and read according to this desire. It is the duty of the sender to encode his message properly, correctly, clearly, and completely to achieve the desired feedback. He should not use vague words or ideas which may lead to misunderstanding. He must have the perception and consideration for his receiver viewpoints. It is the sender who has to decide which words and what sort of expression will communicate his message in the best way, and which of the medium of communication will serve his purpose. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट मैसेज जो कि सेंडर जिस मैसेज को भेज रहा होता है. The message is the idea or feeling which the sender wants to transmit to the receiver. In order to achieve understandings, it takes a connection between sender and receiver of the message. No message can achieve its purpose unless it has unity of thought, consistency in expression, and emphasis on the main point. The message may be verbal or written. First of all, the sender must be very clear about his message and all the important contents in it. The message should be very clear so that the receiver may understand it. The sender must also design his message in view of the receiver. He must plan the message carefully so that some irrelevant details may not creep into the message. नेक्स्ट वो क्या करें मीडियम्स और चैनल्स. अ कम्युनिकेशन मीडियम और चैनल इज द मीन्स टू आवर टेक्निक यूज टू कन्वे अ मैसेज. इट मे बी कन्वर्सेशन, इट मे बी लेक्चर, टेलीफोन कॉल, रेडियो और टेलीविजन program. The sender should choose a channel that suits his communication purpose, needs of the message, and the needs of the receiver. The choice of channel, in fact, depends on the nature of the message and the relationship between the sender and the receiver. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास डिकोडर और रिसीवर. द रिसीवर ऑफ द मैसेज इज द रीडर और लिसनर, आल्सो नोन एज द डिकोडर. व्हेन अ मैसेज इज रिसीव्ड, द रिसीवर assigns certain meaning to it. This is called decoding. The factor that affects the decoding of a message are knowledge, experience, and attitude. Different people have different attitudes, abilities, experience, and opinions. The messages decoding are interpreted by a receiver within the range of his knowledge. The problem is that we do not all undergo indactical experience with the subject or the symbols that the sender has chosen. Therefore, the receiver experience will also affect the quality of decoding. Similarly, the receiver attitude or feelings will affect him to understand or misunderstand the message. Feedback or response. Feedback is an essential part of successful communication. It is the receiver's response to the sender's message. Feedback provides continuity in the communication. It indicates effective understanding or misunderstanding of the message. It also stimulates further communication and discussion. Both sender and receiver needs feedback. Feedback can be oral or written. It can also be an action such as receiving the ordered टर्म्स. ठीक है, सेंडर नीडेड फीडबैक टू डिटरमाइन द सक्सेस और फेलियर ऑफ द कम्युनिकेशन. ठीक है, कि जो सेंडर होता है ना उसको फीडबैक की ज़रूरत होती है, उसको फीडबैक चाहिए होता है.